So if we look at the UP government's recent policy statement, that they believe that 20% of stakeholding in the particular project should be given to the landowner whose land is being appropriated. Do you think that that is the way that we should go?
A stake, the landholder must get. But whether it should be 20% or 40% will depend upon a particular case. How much profit is the new developer going to be making, and if the basic ingredient for the developer is the land. If he does not get the land, he is not going to be able to develop it and construct real estate on it. Prices all over the world for real estate are determined not by the quality or not by the construction cost, but by the value of the land. This particular Goa's, the beach land is costlier because the land here is costlier than the land in the hinterland. Therefore, by saying that only 20% of the profit will go to the landowner, I think is being unfair. We would have to look at it from case by case. But what I'm appealing through your channel is to say that let us be very wary of applying Land Acquisition Act by declaring all kinds of projects as public interest projects. You are taking away the rights of people who own land. Why should landowners be treated in an inferior manner than industrial owners or commercial owners? All these are factors of production. All have to be treated alike. All have to be given due consideration, and minimum land should be taken for activity if it is required to be necessarily taken for a public interest project.
Sure, sir. So now if you look at the Singur case where the nano project was shifted immediately to Gujarat, we see the examples of two states, West Bengal on one hand and Gujarat on the other hand, on the opposite pole. Both of them competing, both states would want to industrialize and provide more employment, etc. And it's an economic fact that industry can provide more employment than, say, agriculture, and services can provide still more employment than industry, the way it has been done around the world. Then, sir, why is it that our story of industrialization and a story of then migration into the service sector is so different? Gujarat is a shining example of economic growth, whereas West Bengal is still stuck in the doldrums, so to say.
I think it goes back to the discussion which we had a little while ago. Industry to flourish, industry to be set up, needs certain ingredients. Land is just one of them. You need to have other factors of production also being as productive. Labor is one of the most important ones. The trade unionism of West Bengal in the 70s and the 80s deterred a lot of people from remaining there or going there. Infrastructure in Bengal, the industrial infrastructure of transportation, of electricity, did not improve the way industry would have required it. And also, there were issues of governance. Governance related to the approvals which are required for projects, whether it is a connection from a utility, whether it's an environment clearance, whether it's a factory inspectors. In Bengal, I think under the regime which lasted 34 years and which has only now been changed, I think the rules were not applied uniformly and certainly not promptly, which deterred people from investing or remaining there. People who had lived there for decades decided to move out their assets to other places. And on the other hand, in Gujarat, I think the appreciation that industry needs prompt decisions, industry needs predictability, industry needs productive labor, which has industrial culture. And one of the biggest things of industrial culture is punctuality, discipline. The Gujarat has demonstrated the way Maharashtra, the industrial culture used to be there in Maharashtra earlier, that it persists, remains in Gujarat. You can, if a worker is not productive, worker is not giving the due returns, which is or doing the work we are supposed to, you can pull him up. It was not possible in Bengal to do that at all.
Right.
And I think that, to my mind, is one of the most important things. Have skilled labor and have labor which works in an atmosphere of discipline so as to ensure productivity.